We are at Parliament in Cape Town, where there are already a group of people gathering. What they're busy doing right now is reading sections from the Constitution that they feel should be highlighted again, and that the people's rights that are enshrined should be protected. To talk to us a little bit more about why she's involved in this organization, we're speaking to Angie Kritzinger, who told us she's here to support today. Angie, thank you so very much for joining us this morning. First of all, tell us, why are you here this morning?
Why am I here? You know, I have children and a grandchild, and I want them to have a future, but our country is crying right now. Crime, corruption and poverty is taking over, and we're desperate for change. We need change.
What kind of change is it that you would like to see?
We want to see justice in our country. We want to see corruption dealt with properly. We want to see our young girls be able to walk in the streets without fear of being whistled at, raped, whatever the situation might call for. We just need a safer, more blessed country, because we have a beautiful country with everything. We just love our country, but it's become so unsafe for the people of our land.
And they're reading sections from the Constitution that should be highlighted. What part of the Constitution to you should be protected or should be looked at again, and people should realize that this should really be enforced?
Sure, there's such a long list that I could answer there, but I think the most important things is security for people, the protection of the children, human rights, our human rights to safety and to freedom and to the ability to be out doing what we're doing right now. I'm asking for change. I'm so passionate about this. I'm sorry, but there's so many things that I'm desperate to see. But mostly we need a government that cares for the people. That's what I think that encompasses the entire Constitution, is a government that actually puts the people first and stops lining their pockets.
We're seeing the Zondo Commission is taking place right now, trying to delve into those issues of how state looting or state capture was carried out. You as someone who's taking part of this movement today, do you have faith in processes like, for example, the Zondo Commission?
We're very thankful for the Zondo Commission, but we'll only have faith in it when we see justice being served. We see a lot of talk about things being done, but we haven't seen any justice being served as yet. Well, I haven't personally. So I would have more faith if I actually saw things happening beyond the investigation. I would like to see people being held accountable. And I think that's what the movement is all about. It's about making people be accountable for their actions, whether good or bad, be accountable.
Yeah. We've got a variety of people from all walks of life here. It's called Move 1 Million. Who do you want to be involved in this organization? Who should be participating in?
Every person in South Africa who wants to live a life of peace and security in our land. We're tired of being divided by race and color and religion and whatever other divisions that are there. We believe that we are all people of this land and we all need to be treated as such.
If there's a vision that you have for South Africa, if in your dreams, what would South Africa look like?
Sure. I would say, firstly, equality. I want to see, when I go out, I don't want to see a job and base it on which person should be working in that job. I want to see a job and see that as hey, that's a job, and whoever's got it is doing great. I want to see people being able to walk in the streets and people being able to just live life, have employment. I don't want to drive down the street in the morning and see hundreds of people sitting on the side of the road hoping to take home money to their families that day. I want a land where all of us have jobs and all of us are feeding our children, and that's pretty much.
The world is very tumultuous right now. We're seeing across the world there's unrest, there's people are unhappy. Do you think South Africa has the ability to pull together and become the country that you are dreaming of?
I do believe that. I do believe that if we stop dividing each other with race and we start uniting together, we can see the change we need seeing. We can see the beauty that our land has to offer, because every person is valuable. And I really do believe that if we all start seeing each other as valuable and standing together, we can overcome even the tumultuousness of the rest of the world, because we are a beautiful people. We are a kind, generous people that we've seen incredibly strongly over this lockdown period, how people have stood together and have brought incredible change just in small communities already. Yes, I believe so.
If you could send a message to the President, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, right now, if you could speak to him right now, what would you say to him?
Mr. Ramaphosa, when you stood up the first day, sorry, I actually get quite emotional, because when you gave your first speech, you gave our country so much hope. We had so much hope, and we thought you were the man who were going to bring about this change. Show us that you are that man. Show us that our faith was not misplaced. And you talk about your faith. Stand in your faith and do what you know is the right thing to do. That would be it.
Thank you very much. That was Angie Kritzinger. As you can see, it's a very emotive issue. People are feeling that there are so many rights that are currently being trampled on in this unbelievably difficult time that the entire world, and indeed South Africa, is experiencing too. And I think Angie Kritzinger over here encapsulated everything that this movement stands for. They want to see change, or not so much change as the constitution that was written be looked at, and that it is enforced the way it should be. Now, of course, there's also an event happening in Johannesburg, but right here at 12 o'clock, they will be handing over their memorandum to members of parliament, asking that the constitution be protected and be upheld.
Well, that was our reporter, Mariska Botha. Thank you so much for that.